Hey loves, and welcome back to the Dear Love channel, where we talk all things periods and menstrual cycles, women's health, all that good stuff. So today you're going to be cycle syncing with me to my follicular and ovulatory phase. So these are my cycle syncing routines and habits and all the things that I like to do that help me to sync or kind of live in alignment with these two cycle phases. So let's just briefly start with where our bodies and our hormones are at, because it gives us a lot of context as to why we feel the way we feel during these cycle phases. So when it comes to your hormones during the follicular phase, estrogen is beginning to rise. So estrogen is your hormone of energy and zest for life and optimism. It's basically the hormone that is pushing you towards this more happy, optimistic side of your emotional spectrum. And it's also boosting your physical energy. So typically in these days after your period, you're gonna notice that your energy is starting to rise along with your estrogen. And in the ovulatory phase, estrogen is reaching its highest levels of the entire cycle. So you're experiencing that estrogen high, which is typically coinciding with your highest energy of the entire cycle and your most outward energy. So think doing and achieving, moving things along, having greater reserves and confidence, resilience, and a greater capacity overall to do and achieve, care for others, all that kind of stuff. So physically in your body through the follicular phase, you have follicles containing eggs in your ovaries, and they're developing, maturing through the follicular phase. And then at the ovulatory phase, that most dominant egg releases from the ovary and makes its way through the fallopian tube and into the uterus. So you literally see this pattern and this energy of life growing inside of you through these two cycle phases. So keeping all of this in mind, allow me to take you through my follicular and ovulatory phase in my cycle and all of the little ways that I like to sync with these cycle phases. Let's start with work. For me, it's all about embracing the higher energy, the greater focus and passion that I have, the optimism that I have growing inside of me, and moving things forward and creating new things, giving life to new things. So that looks like planning out my ideas for the content that I'm going to be making through the month, scripting, developing new concepts, and just kind of envisioning how I want things to go moving forward. And then of course filming, which can be so much easier to do on these days where I have more energy and my words come out clearer. I also find it's a great time to do my in-person work days for my other little job that I have, and to just kind of take advantage of those days where I'm good working around people, I'm more extroverted, I just am generally enjoying that environment more, and I'm getting more done. These two cycle phases are really all about outward action, so they're a great time to pour into your work and move things forward. Now, with all this hard work, we've got to be fueling ourselves with some food. So let's talk about some really great foods to add in to our diets that support our bodies with where we're at hormonally during these two phases of our cycle. So typically I notice that my hunger is less strong in my follicular and ovulatory phase compared to the luteal phase, like that time before your period and then during my period. So lighter foods are something that I tend to gravitate towards a bit more during these two cycle phases. So I tried out several new recipes. I made a delicious barley salad recipe. It was like a Mediterranean style barley salad, I believe. And it had tomatoes and cucumber and zucchini, red onion, some olives, feta, a really good dressing, and it was the perfect thing to just make and throw in the fridge and then just combine with a protein. And I had several meals from that, and my family really loved that recipe too, so it was a good one. I'll leave it in the description box if you want to try it. Another new recipe that I tried was a lentil soup recipe, and it was maybe the best soup I've ever made. It was so good. So it was red lentils, potatoes, carrots, celery, onion. It was a pretty basic recipe, but it just tasted so good with all the spices, garlic and ginger. I put cilantro on top. It was so delicious and I was so happy. And then I also made it with homemade spelt bread. I was really having the energy to do all of this stuff. These cycle phases are when I can just like really dedicate myself to making a bunch of meals. I just have this energy to do it. So I made a homemade loaf of spelt bread and it came out so well. There's something so satisfying about making a loaf of bread. It's just something about it like warms my heart. And that was so good with the soup. So overall, in the follicular and ovulatory phase, you're going to want to make sure that you're eating foods that support your estrogen levels, and of course are just generally nutrient dense. So that's foods like cruciferous vegetables, so like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, kale. They help to metabolize estrogen, so they're gonna help keep those estrogen levels at a really good level. Flax and pumpkin seeds are great to add in. I love adding these to my oatmeal in the morning. They are rich in phytoestrogens called lignans, and also omega-3s, which are so important for hormone balance. Lean proteins like chicken, fish, eggs, these are a great source of your B vitamins. Of course, fiber is always so important, so that's foods like lentils, oats, brown rice, and then those foods that have those healthy fats like avocados, olive oil, nuts, and seeds, all of which support your hormone production. So throw some of those foods into your meals that you have throughout your follicular and ovulatory phase. These two cycle phases are also great to begin new habits. So if you have some food-related goals, if you want to get into cooking, or you want to up your fiber intake or your protein intake, or you want to eat a greater variety of plants, or whatever it is, this can be a great time to start those new habits because you have this greater energy to do the act of cooking and trying something new. So it's a great time in your cycle to start a new habit. All right, now on to exercise, syncing your workouts with your follicular and ovulatory phase. So again, your estrogen is rising, and then at ovulation it's reaching its highest point. These rising and high levels of estrogen give us energy, and it also boosts our recovery. So this is a great time to push yourself to do those harder workouts. So this cycle I incorporated something new into my workouts. I got a kettlebell, and this was the perfect time to get started and try it out for the first time, do something new. Again, we have a greater resilience, we're in a better mindset to try new things during these cycle phases. So it was the perfect time, and my body was ready for these more intense strength weighted workouts, and they felt really good. I already feel a little bit stronger, so I'm really loving the kettlebell workouts. And I found that where my body was at really handled the intensity of these workouts very well. Whereas if I were to do these workouts like during my period, I would not feel good from them. So that's where the whole cycle syncing thing comes into play. So generally we have more energy, more reserves, a greater capacity to recover from the stress and strain that we put on our bodies. Ultimately, when it comes to exercise, it's just gonna look different for everyone, but cycle syncing is all about just feeling out where your energy is at and intuitively moving your body, and also just knowing when to push yourself and when not to. And these two cycle phases are a great time to push yourself, and you might find yourself up-leveling in your fitness goals. Now let's talk about beauty. The follicular and ovulatory phase is all about embodying this natural rising confidence inside of you. So I really find that if I do my makeup and my hair and get myself all ready, put on a cute outfit, I really feel that confidence up-leveled and like I'm embodying it. So when I already feel confident and I can see the things about me that are beautiful more clearly, it's more enjoyable to do these things like my makeup and my hair and putting on a cute outfit, doing my nails. Now, there's so many ways that we can embody our beauty that aren't even related to like looks, but these things do feel good. They might be very surface level, but they do feel good and they do amplify my confidence. Another thing that I've really been paying attention to lately is how my faith shifts throughout each cycle phase. And the lesson that I've really felt coming through when it comes to the follicular and ovulatory phase, these phases where our energy is rising and we're excited and we're confident in ourselves, something that I've found for me is that it can sometimes be easy to just follow your own excitement and energy, your own high energy, and to not bring God into the picture and to just kind of lead on your own vision and understanding. So I'm learning for myself that it's really important for me to stay consistent with my Bible time, and I'll follow that up with prayer and just reconnecting with God and God's intention for what it is I should do with this high, beautiful outward energy that I have. What is it that I should grow and work on and give life to? I think that that's so important. So those are my main areas of cycle syncing and the things that I kind of incorporate, lean into, embrace during these 2 cycle phases. Now with all of this, I just want to say, I love cycle syncing, and it's really changed my life and given me such a deeper connection with myself and such a different ability to care for myself. But I think it's just so important to remind ourselves that everyone has a different experience of their menstrual cycle. But I will say that sometimes I think that when we feel really out of whack with these natural patterns of like the high rising energy of the follicular and ovulatory phase, and then the lower, slower energy of the luteal phase and the menstrual phase. So for example, if you're feeling like your energy is still really low throughout like all of your follicular phase and it's not really rising much, that can also be a sign of hormonal imbalance or different nutrient deficiencies. Especially iron is a very common one. That can be a huge contributor if you're feeling like your energy just isn't rising. I noticed that personally in the days right after my period. It takes me a little while to get going, and I am someone who is low in iron and working to get my ferritin levels up. So just keep all of that in mind. But these are generally some things that I like to do to align with the growing energy and rising estrogen that is associated with the follicular and ovulatory phase. I think the thing that I love most about cycle syncing is just the deeper connection and level of care that you have for yourself and can give to yourself. It's just such a beautiful thing. And it's just so important as women living in a world that is built very counter to our natural patterns and rhythms. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Like this video, share it with a friend, and let me know in the comments down below what you think about cycle syncing. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, loves!